Done.
Welcome everyone to this Tier 2 qualifying between the number 16 seed Hebrew Academy Montreal Heat and the 17 seed Kohelet Yeshiva High School Kings. I'm Jack Ganchow alongside Dean Liss. We're very excited for this game. Dean, we didn't get a pregame show, but we'll quickly fill people in on what to expect from each team. First for the Kohelet Kings.
For sure. So Kohelet Kings are led by number 20, Jesse Blumenthal, fourth year on varsity, really the vocal leader. Look for him to set the tone early. On the other side, Hebrew Academy is led by 22, Eitan Drazen. He's averaging a triple-double this season. He's really the heart and soul of their team, so look for him also to establish his scoring early.
Thank you for that, Dean, and we're ready to go. It's going to be an evenly matched game between two teams, obviously 16 and 17. You can't really get closer than that. A win will send them to the Tier 2 qualifying, the quarterfinals, and a loss will send them to Tier 4 Saturday night. So this means a lot for both teams. They want to show at the out-of-town schools. And the jump ball is won by the white team, which is the Hebrew Academy of Montreal. They go in white and blue trunks. For the Kohelet, you got maroon jerseys with the maroon trunks. And the Hebrew Academy has the ball, and that looked like a travel, and it was. So a travel for Emmanuel.
The interesting thing to note, Jack, is that Hebrew Academy, back in their local league, they play with a 24-second shot clock. So they might be used to a little bit faster style of play than the Kohelet team.
And you can already see that here with the half-court press as Jesse Blumenthal driving, and he looks like it's going to be stepped out of bounds and a turnover for Jesse Blumenthal, the best player on the team, as we mentioned previously. And we'll see how the Kohelet Kings can handle the press of the Hebrew Academy Heat.
Watch the quick passing of Hebrew Academy. They're used to taking quick passes, getting quick shots, and trying to get some quick baskets up early. Let's see how Kohelet does, how they react with their defense.
And this is Eitan Drazen with the ball here, and a quick rebounder by number 5, Aviv Yarimi. And he drives, takes it coast to coast, and he gets fouled. So Yarimi will go to the line. Another thing to mention, which we didn't get to say, is the starting point guard for the Hebrew Academy Heat is Kohelet, excuse me. Noam Lifshitz is the point guard for the Kohelet Kings. He is out with a concussion, so you're not going to be seeing him. If you're looking forward, he will be out. And 2 shots, the first shot by Yarimi is off the mark.
Ladies and gentlemen listening at home, we just want to let you know that there are a little bit of technical difficulties with the scoreboard and the shot clock. We'll be doing our best to update you from here periodically. There's no shot clock on Sarachek, I apologize, but the scoreboard is, as of now, not working. We'll be trying to get on that as quickly as possible.
And there is no score yet, so nothing to worry about, as the Hebrew Academy has the ball, as he missed both free throws, and a steal by Jesse Blumenthal, and he gets it up ahead, and the shot is blocked away by Benji Freeman, and Hebrew Academy has the ball back. David Cohen, the point guard, gets it up ahead. Back to Cohen, to Drazen. And Drazen with a drive misses, and it's rebounded by Ari Weiss, the starting power forward. And now bringing it up is Aviv Yarimi playing point guard. He's usually the shooting guard. We'll see how he adjusts. It's going to be a tough game for him as they are in the half-court press, playing a tight man-to-man once they get out of it. And Yarimi gets it.
It was a good take by Drazen, though, Jack. I liked it. Left hand had a little bit of an opening. It didn't fall this time, but hopefully next time it will.
And the rebound by Cohen, and we got a foul. So Hebrew Academy, the coaches, is David Levy, Maury Levy, Dr. Levy. He didn't mind that we didn't call him by the doctor title. You can see his Montreal Canadiens jersey, very cool, with coach on the back, as they have a lot of hockey pride, even though we were at a basketball game. And Cohen will bring it up again. Still no score. 6:16 left in the quarter. And Drazen now looking. You want to see him be aggressive as he is the leader. And he gets it back to Drazen. And he kicks it to Cohen in the corner. Back to Drazen. And the 3 is off the mark. So Drazen starts out 0 for 2. And the ball rolls out of bounds. And they'll be giving it to the Hebrew Academy Montreal. The Kohelet are actually in a 3-2 zone. So what do you think Montreal has to do to attack that?
I think Montreal has to make some quick passes, get some drive and kick the open shooters, and make Kohelet really extend their zone so you can get some good open, easy shots.
And the shot is off the mark again. So a lot of missed shots early, and the rebound is brought down by Lior Cohen. So 0-0 over 2 minutes into the game. The offenses are struggling, but, they just got off the plains. And another turnover. That is by Ian Schwartz, the guard who's replacing Noam Lifshitz. He didn't get the start. Maybe Coach Freeman was a little bit worried about the press. And David Cohen brings it up again, still looking for the first points of the game.
I think both teams may be a little bit too excited right now. They're both from out-of-town teams trying to show what they're made of. Right there we see a basket.
Avi Somech puts the ball in the hoop, and it's 2-0 Montreal. The scoreboard looks to be fine with 5:20 left. And a press and a almost stolen away by Friedman, but it'll go back to the Kings, and they're going to get a timeout. Coach Friedman wants a timeout as his team has not scored. 2 minutes and 42, and will send us to the first commercial break. Back here for the first quarter of the Montreal Kohelet game. We're 2 minutes and 42 seconds in. Kohelet has yet to score. Coach Freeman for the Kohelet Kings wanted a timeout, talk it over with the team, see how to attack this half-court press that the Montreal team is putting at them. Do you think that they have a scouting report on this team and they knew this was coming, or do you think this is going to be a mid-game adjustment?
I think this is going to be a little bit of a mid-game adjustment. When I was a player in Sarachek, we generally tend to focus on ourselves and how to perform to the best of our abilities, not really bothering too much about the scouting report.
And Ari Weiss puts in a mid-range jumper, and Kohelet is on the board. You got to like that play drawn up by Coach Freeman out of the break.
I loved it. Just what I like to see. Quick passes, good, easy shots. Eventually they start falling, just like we saw right there.
And Bensusin takes it in, kicks it out, and the three-pointer is off the mark by Lieber. And the ball goes out of bounds. And they're going to be giving it back to the Montreal Heat. So 4 minutes and 44 seconds left in the first quarter. It's still 2-2, low-scoring game. And we'll see if the nerves maybe shake out of them as the game goes on. As the inbounds pass is to Lieber. And he gets it to Cohen. A nice entry pass. And the shot is off the mark by Somech. And the rebound and clear by the Kohelet Kings. And here comes Jarimi. He's getting used to the point guard duties with Noam Lifshitz out. And a nice move. A hesitation step and a fade, but he airballs, and it goes over the rim. And Lieber with the rebound gets it up ahead, and they're going to try to push. Did we mention previously they play with a 24-second shot clock? So they will be up and down as Cohen throws it out of bounds, and we're going to get some substitutions for the Heat as number 6 comes into the ballgame. He is not on the roster, so I'm not sure what his name is. I'm very sorry for your viewers at home. And Yarimi gets it up ahead to Blumenthal. We haven't seen much of Jesse early in the quarter as the trap, not an over to the back because he did not have both feet over the line. And Blumenthal maybe a little worried as he got a lot of press coming into this tournament to perform well. And here he has it. Out to Weiss for 3 off the mark and rebounded.
Again, look at those.
By Lieber.
See those, Jack, you see those good passes up top at top of the key, the good off-ball movement, allowing him to come open for that 3. He didn't make it, but maybe that's just a little bit of the nerves, and hopefully next time he'll sink that.
Yeah, well, they're trying to get it inside are the Heat, and the three-pointer is good. So number 6, Noah Gastiel. So Noah Gastiel actually I spoke to the coach before the game, and they said he'd be a big factor, so it's good to know that he is in the game and hitting shots. And the shot is off the mark. Still looking to get on the board is Lior Cohen. And Drazen bringing it up, and he's going to try to get it in the middle. They're going to see a lot of it. It should have been a kick ball, but no call. Looked like it hit Ian Schwartz's foot, but it'll stay with the Heat.
Watch Montreal. The second they get the rebound, they're in attack mode. They're pushing. They play with a 24-second shot clock at home, so they're used to just running the floor, taking quick shots.
Yeah, we'll definitely see that throughout the game as Castile brings up playing point guard. And nice peach shoes for Lieber, if I must say. And Benesu gets it to Drazen, who can kick it inside to Somech, and they're going to try to reset, but it's a stolen away and a foul. Hebrew Academy, they're not used to having so much time on offense. We'll see if they can really take their time. They don't need to force it inside every play. As you can tell, they're trying to get inside the 3-2 zone.
Of course, Jack, I'd like to look for them if they have a bad shot, just dribble, reset it at the top of the key, and try to restart their offense. No need to rush. Just keep it under control and try to get good, easy shots.
And that's exactly what the Kohelet Kings needed to do, is to break that press and try to get into their half-court sets. And a bad pass by Jesse Blumenthal. And here comes Castile ring up. He would be advised to slow it down. It's a 1-on-3, and he does. And they get it up ahead. Back to Castile to Drazen. Drazen to Lieber for three. And it's good. Oh no, they called it 2. Side foot on the line. So it is the closer line, but his foot was still on that line. And it's 7-2 Montreal with 2 minutes and 17 seconds left in the quarter. And another bad play by Ian Schwartz, but it's stolen away. So sloppy play early, and Jesse Blumenthal gets on the board. So 7-4 Montreal, still in the lead, but it was good to see a turnover. Well, they didn't give up on the play.
It's great to see. I like to see Jesse Blumenthal really making his impact felt on the game. Let's see if he could kind of use that steal in the bucket as a springboard to really try getting in the basket a little more.
And as you said, a nice play by Ben Susin as he gets the up and under to put Montreal up by 5. And a blooper pass by Arimi is stolen away easily by Lieber. And here comes Drazen. We haven't seen much of him yet, but a great dish to Castile puts it in. So good offense by the Montreal Heat. They're not taking their time, but if they get those steals, and again, very close every time the Kohelet Kings on the over and backs. They haven't got one yet, but I'd be worried.
That half-court press by Montreal is really causing a lot of turnovers.
Yeah, Remy to Weiss inside, but he misses. And it's cleared again by Lieber. Here comes Castile bringing up the ball, and they should slow it down, and they will. Lieber, they're going to call out a play here, and we'll see what happens. Drazen at the top of the key, Castile, and they get it inside. And the 3 by Castile off the bench is off the mark, and it's going to be a fight for the rebound, and it's taken away by Lieber. Great board, offensive rebound, and they have a reset here for Ben Susin. Back to Lieber. Lieber, the pull-up, 2, is in and out, but they're just crashing the boards harder. And it's a rebound by Ian Schwartz. You know, I spoke to the coach, as I mentioned, of Kohelet, and he said they are very small, and you can tell early by the rebounding of Montreal Heat.
Of course, those second and even third chance opportunities by Montreal are really allowing them to extend offensive possessions and get more opportunities. Generally in basketball, when you get 2 or 3 chances to get the ball in the hoop, one of them, it'll go in.
Yeah, for sure, and we're going to see some substitutions. The Kohelet Heat are known to only play 7 guys, so we'll see what they do here, as they are going to bring in Jordan Pinich, who they said is the 8th man, but looks like they're going to need fresh legs to deal with this press. And the first bench guy is Eitan Ginsberg. They said that he's a good big man off the bench, and we'll see how he performs here. And Ari Lipschitz. Ari Lipschitz actually went to Step It Up camp, and we'll get into that as the broadcast goes on. It's a great opportunity to grow in your basketball skills. And here we go with the Hebrew Academy team, number 8, again, not on the roster, sorry. And stolen away by Lipschitz as he brings it up. A younger player, as his brother Noam Lipschitz is out, and he just makes a great move, but he's blocked. Blocked by Drazen. And gets it, and at the buzzer, will they count it? They will. So a buzzer beater by Eitan Ginsberg, and we'll go to the break with Montreal 11 and Kohelet 6.
I came to IU to pursue.
And we're back here for the second quarter of the Montreal Heat and the Kohelet Kings. It's 11-6 Montreal. We've seen a lot of good things from both teams, but especially the Montreal half-court press, and then they go into the man-to-man. How do you think Kohelet is, what do you think Freeman's talking about, Coach Freeman, is talking about in the huddle to try to break that press?
If I'm Coach Freeman, what I would be saying is, don't rush into the first pass you see. Sometimes that's what the half-court press tries to get you to do. Make the first pass that you see, and the weak side defender just comes right in for the steal and the fast break bucket, which you've seen sometimes. If I'm the coach, I tell them, take another dribble, hold the ball, and make the good pass, not necessarily the first pass.
Yeah, for sure. Patience is a virtue. And Kohelet will start the ball with Pantich starting at point guard. And we'll see how he does coming off the bench. To Lipschitz. So Kohelet is playing 8 deep. You could tell Joey Benjamini comes in. He wasn't even in the scouting report for the coach, so he's really going deep into his bench. And we'll see how that plays out for him. And a floater is off the mark by Pantich, and that's got to be out of bounds, and it is. It's going to be off Montreal. It's an interesting play by Somech as he tried to save it, but his feet were clearly over the line, and Kohelet will inbound.
I like the effort, though. Even though it might not necessarily have been the right decision to go after that ball, I like that effort. I like that hustle.
And Benjamini inbounds it for a moment under his own hoop to Lipschitz. And Lipschitz, playing without his older brother, we'll see how that works out for him, as maybe he'll feel the pressure. And they get it. The three by Benjamini is off the mark, but it's a fight for the rebound, and it's gathered in by Benji Freeman. No, it'll be assuming a held ball, but they give the timeout to Montreal, and they did. So timeout, Heat, and so we'll just get into a little bit of the Kohelet before the tournament. You know, this is the big tournament. This is what people look forward to, especially for the Towners team. But in the Penn New Jersey League, they won their first playoff game. They made the playoffs for the first time. Now, I spoke to the coach about it, and it was an expansion year for the league. But what can you tell us about the confidence coming in after winning a playoff game like that?
Well, their confidence level has got to be at 10,000 right now. They made the playoffs for the first time in their program history. They won a playoff game for the first time in their program history. So maybe at the beginning of the game, they're a little too excited coming off that high intensity emotion. Let's look them to settle down a little bit, really show us why they won that playoff game.
And for the Hebrew Academy Heat, they won the JISA tournament, and for them that was a big deal. They beat their rivals, Bialik. Maybe we'll get into that as the game goes on, but what do you think about them? How do you think they can adjust to the momentum that they have from beating Bialik?
Well, I think also maybe they were on a little bit of a high coming in. I think what really key to them is they've shown us that, by winning that tournament, they've shown us that they are capable of playing at a very high level. So let's look for them to get to that level and show us why they won their local tournament.
And we'll see what they do in the half court, and they're going to call a moving screen on Ginsburg, I believe. Yes, they do. It was not a very good screen. A key problem in all levels of basketball, from Sarachek to the NBA, is the ball screener is always in trouble when the guy running with the ball doesn't wait for him to set the pick, and that's what happened there. And Cohen is back in, and he gets it to Drazen. They're going to be a little slower here. We'll see what happens, but getting into the middle as they always do, and he hacked, but no call. And Drazen kicks it out to Freeman, and it's off the mark, and Drazen gets the rebound. That's maybe why he can average a triple-double with those long arms to get those boards. And Cohen, the starting point guard back in the game, gets it to Benji Freeman, not to be confused with David Freeman. And Benji takes it around, gets it to Ben Susin, and he loses it, and Weiss steals it, and they throw it off Drazen's foot, and they're going to give it back to the Kohelet Kings.
I love the effort by Drazen there. He didn't just give up, and he forced Kohelet into making a difficult play, which they made. But again, when you hustle like that in a basketball court, generally good things happen.
And let's see if they can break it. They give it to Ginsburg, and they do. So the backup guards of the Kohelet Kings would be younger in experience, but they've done the trick so far as Benjamini gets it to Pantich. And Weiss dribbling, and he's going to try to get under, and he's stuck under the basket. It could be a 3-second. They don't call it, and he misses the layup. And they get it back, and an offensive rebound by Pantich. It rolls right to him, and they're going to call it travel. So as I've mentioned, maybe the inexperienced backup guard trio of the Kohelet Kings, and they'll be taken out right now.
This high, up-in-your-face, intense, man-to-man defense by the Hebrew Academy and Montreal Heat seem to really be confusing the inexperienced guards of Kohelet. That's maybe something to look at as the game progresses.
And Cohen gets it to Drazen, who will get it to the corner of Bensusin, back to Cohen. So fast swinging of the ball by the Heat, but the shot is missed by David Friedman, the guard. And the rebound by Kohelet, and we'll see how they can do it. Jesse runs into the three, but it's off the mark. So Blumenthal is off the mark, and the rebound, and they're going to push again. No stopping this Montreal team as Cohen has it to Drazen. We haven't seen much of Drazen earlier, and it's going to be a travel. That is a very classic Yeshiva League travel. You gotta dribble before you run.
Of course. You mentioned before we haven't seen much of Drazen. Even though he hasn't really been making his impact felt in the stat sheet, still, if you notice, their offense really flows through him. He's crashing the boards every opportunity, directing traffic down there. As we can tell, he really is the leader of this team. As he goes, so goes the team. Let's look for him maybe start looking a little bit more for his own shot as this game progresses, try to widen that lead they have now.
And it's still 11-6. We have not seen any scoring in the second quarter, if I'm not mistaken. And they're going to try to break it, and they do. And it's a wild pass, and it goes out of bounds. So turnover by Blumenthal, as it is still 0-0 in the second quarter when we're over 2.5 minutes in.
This high-intensity pressure defense by Montreal really is causing turnover after turnover. If I'm the Kohelet coach, I might be thinking about calling a timeout sometime soon, try to get my players to relax a little bit.
And they put 2 points on the board That was Eitan Drazen, I believe, and that's his first 2 points of the game. It's 13-6. And Jesse Blumenthal bring it up, and let's see what he does here as he's been quiet as well. And mid-range from the big man is off the mark, and Drazen gets the rebound. And we'll see what they do, as they have been very good in the half court so far. And Drazen gets it out to Lieber.
Look at that great ball movement, getting the open shot.
And Cohen gets the offensive rebound, and they'll reset back out to Drazen.
Second chance opportunities.
Yeah, for sure. And Somek with a little up and under is no good, and Ginsburg gets the rebound. And they'll push it back with Aviv Yarimi back in the ball game, starting point guard. We'll see if the coach gave him any tips to break the press, and they get it to Ginsburg for the mid-range.
That's got to be good for their confidence.
And they're going to call a timeout is Montreal, so it's 13-8 Heat, as the coach is not happy with that offensive turnover that led to a wide open layup, and we're going to go to the commercial break. 13-8 Heat with 4:29 left in the second quarter. And we're back here in the middle of the second quarter in a game between the 16th-seeded Hebrew Academy of Montreal Heat and the 17th-seeded Yeshiva Kings from Philadelphia. I don't think we mentioned that yet. You know, they say that in Philly they play tough basketball. And we'll see if that extends to the Kohelet Kings. So far, it's been a very slow-paced, slow-scoring game, I would say. They've been fast-paced, but they haven't really got any good opportunities to break out. The scoring's been low. It's only 2-2 in the second quarter with 3.5 minutes in. So we'll see what happens here as David Cohen bringing up the starting point guard for the Heat, and Drazen has 2 points. Nothing to write home about yet, but his family is all here, so he won't have to. And Cohen gets the ball at the top of the key, and he gets a new face, is Stam Benisti, as he's a guy off the bench. Maybe the Montreal wanted to change, and it's almost stolen, but Drazen gets it back, and now right off the bench with a beautiful pink breast cancer awareness socks is Benisti, but he misses, and it's clear by Weiss.
The long-armed guards of Montreal really making all the difference. Drazen there able to crash the boards and prevent a steal as he takes it now on the fast break.
And Ginsburg with another shot. They tried to foul. They didn't call it originally, but then they did. So a foul beyond the Kings as they try to stop the fast break. That was Jesse Blumenthal. And, you know, we got 3:48 left in the second quarter, and coming up at the halftime, we'll have the Step It Up Basketball Sleepaway Camp halftime show. And if it's as good as its name, it should be a great one at halftime. And Cohen gets it to Drazen. Back to Mnisti, who wasn't shy on his first possession. We'll see what he does here as he's just came off the bench and he got it, swinging it to Lieber, who will have it and not do anything with it, and he loses it, but Drazen keeps it in. Now Benisti gets it, and he gets it back to Drazen. Drazen has a shot from the outside, as we'll see if he gets more familiar with the rims as the game goes on, and the three is banked in.
Drazen there with a nice little hockey assist. You know, he sees the open man at the top of the key, gives him the ball quickly, and then a nice quick shuffle pass for the open three.
Gives him the ball quickly. That was actually Sam Drazen, his cousin, so they definitely have the blood relatives. And now on the other end, the miss by Blumenthal, and it's blocked by Drazen. Weiss is denied at the rim. And now we'll see what happens here as they go back on the fast break. Somecha drive, and he misses the layup, but another offensive rebound by the Heat. But Lieber loses it, and it's a scrum for the ball, and no jump ball. They haven't called one jump ball yet. It's surprising. There have been a lot of bodies on the ground there. And Cohen gets hit hard, and he will shoot 3 free throws. So that was definitely an ill-advised shot by an ill-advised foul, by Ian Schwartz, as he'll send the Heat for 3 shots, and that's the starting point guard, David Cohen. You know, 16-8, Montreal's starting to score a little more frequently, and we'll see what happens here with only 2:44 left in the quarter.
Of course, as we get to midday, ladies and gentlemen, want to let you know if you're hungry at home, Carlos and Gabby's great opportunity, amazing food. I personally love their Cedarhurst wrap. They have everything there is great. Dunkin' Donuts, step away from Yeshiva University. America runs on Dunkin'. The coffee's great, the donuts are great, everything there is great.
Yeah, definitely. Great is definitely a good word to use. Carlos and Gabby is a very good store. I go often, but 11:45 in the morning, Carlos and Gabby's, don't get me started how good that is, especially for your stomach throughout the day. And Cohen hit the first, missed the second, and misses the third. So he takes 1 out of 3, and Montreal has the lead by 9. And now here we go with the Kohelet Kings once again. And Ian Schwartz loses the ball, and it's a turnover. So another turnover. If the two things we say so far for the Kings is really the offensive rebounding by the Heat has really stomped them, and their turnovers.
Of course, that's the long-armed guards, again, of Montreal Heat crashing the boards. Kohelet not really boxing out. And on the other side, Montreal really their high up in-your-face defense causing a lot of turnovers. So let's see if Kohelet can adjust to that with the 2 minutes left in the second quarter.
And now Drazen from medium range, from the elbow, knocks it down. And it's 19-8. And Montreal is starting to go on a very nice run.
Eitan M. Drazen. M for mid-range right there. I like it.
Yeah, and they also have Sam Drazen, as you can tell. He's number 8, playing good defense there. And that's going to be something, and they're going to give it a charge. So that's exactly what you want to see from your big man, especially Benji Freeman. A hustle play to draw that charge.
Of course, step up, put your body on the line for the team, get that charge call. That's got to get them galvanized, really. They're probably pumped up. Let's see what they do on the offensive end.
And now Cohen has it, and he gets it to Drazen. As we've seen a lot of guys from both teams, more than I was told in the pregame show. So it'll be good opportunity for all these kids to get on this YU floor. And the 3 by Cohen is off the mark, and Somech, another offensive rebound for the Heat. And Drazen swings it to Friedman. To Cohen, and it's tipped, but nothing more. And Drazen from long range off the mark. But
great ball movement there.
Rebound by Blumenthal. We'll see. He hasn't done much early, Jesse, as he averages 13 points a game coming into this one. We'll see what he can do. With 1:20 left in this half, as Ginsburg, he's really shy from all facets of the court, as he's mid-range, longer, and here he is again as I speak. The 3 is in and out. So Ginsburg's been shooting it often, but he's hit a few. And Drazen, a nice kick out to Somech. Back out to Cohen. Cohen gets it to Drazen, and he's going to drive in, and he's going to draw some contact, no call, and he misses. And Benji Freeman, another offensive rebound. The Kings got to box out better if they want to stay in this one, as there's under a minute to go. And Somech gets it out to Drazen. Drazen, 2 Drazens, not to be confused. Eitan and Sam Cousins. And here is the younger one, Sam, gets it into Somech, who's playing with it inside, nothing. Sam again, and a floater, a nice floater off the mark, and Somech with the rebound, and they'll kick it out to Drazen. We'll see if they will kick it out, and with under 20 seconds left, they will hold for 1, or they won't. Somech drives, and he lays it up and in. 17 seconds to go. It is 21-8 Montreal. And here we go. It's been all King. It's been all Heat. And we will be glad to be Aviv Yarimi, the hold for 1-2. 1, can Blumenthal get up a shot? And he does. And it's off the mark. And we'll be the halftime show. We'll have Moshe Linfield here with the... Sorry, we will be going to commercial first.
Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, sorry about that. We're going to sideline reporter Moshe Linfield for the Montreal Heat. And when we come back, it'll be the Step It Up Basketball Sleepaway Camp halftime show. We apologize for that confusion there.
What? It matters that we say it that way for sponsors. I'm here with Coach Levy from Montreal. What have you seen from your team that you liked so far here in the first half?
I like the fact that they feel more comfortable this year. We were fortunate to come last year, so I have half the team has been here, experienced it, and they're pushing the pace. We play a fast-paced game back in Montreal, and we want to do that here as well.
All right, thank you very much, Coach. Good luck in the second half.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll now send you to the Step It Up Basketball Sleepaway Camp halftime show.
Welcome to the Step It Up Basketball Halftime Show on MacsLive. Are you ready to step it up? Find out at timetostepitup.com.
Step It Up is not your typical basketball camp. We produce unbelievable results. You will get better here. You will get better as a person. You will get better as a player. That's the Step It Up way.
we're here with the Step It Up Basketball Sleepaway Camp halftime show with the Montreal Heat up by 13 at the half. And you know, Step It Up Sleepaway Camp, Basketball Sleepaway Camp, is a really great camp for anyone that wants to be good at basketball. And I know you did a lot of research on it as it's such a good camp.
Of course, it's a 2 to 8 week program, located about 4.5 hour bus ride outside of New York, New Jersey area on a beautiful college campus. There are actually tons of players from the Yeshiva University men's basketball team, 1,000-point scorer Shelby Rosenberg, senior captain Shia Weiss, as well as players actually on the court right now for the Hebrew Academy Montreal Heat, the Lifshitz brothers, who go to the camp. There's a 6-to-1 counselor to camper ratio, camper to counselor ratio, It's really a camp that helps you develop your skills. Yogev Barduga, who's the assistant coach of the men's basketball team here at Yeshiva University. He runs the camp. I've heard great things about it from a bunch of my friends who have gone there, from campers who have been there. Work on skills building, working on leadership training, working on taking also a camp, great food, great activities. But really, I would say it's definitely a place, ladies and gentlemen listening at home, if your son is considering taking his game to the next level, that's a place I would definitely consider sending him to. I've heard only positive things.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm a big Yeshiva League fan myself. My brothers are both in high school, and you always hear about those kids that went to Step It Up, and they came back the next year so much better. There are a few that come to mind. I know Jonathan Kirstein is a kid that went, and he became one of the best players in the league my year, and it's just continued throughout. As you said, Ari and Noam Lifshitz both went on the Kings, and it's just a great opportunity for people to grow in their basketball skills. And with that, we will send you back to a commercial break.
There are over 15,000 ways to take your coffee at Dunkin'. Every cup is unique as you, always fresh with that signature smooth taste. We take pride in every cup, but only one is your coffee, your Dunkin'. America runs on Dunkin'.
צלול כיין וריח אורנים נישא ברוח ארבעים כל פעמונים ובתרדמת אילן ואבן שבויה בחלומה העיר אשר בדד יושבת ובליבה חומה ירושלים של זהב ושל נחושת ושל האור הלא נחושייך הניחי נא.
And welcome back to the Step It Up Basketball Sleepaway Camp halftime show. And we are going to send it to sideline reporter Jacob Herenstein with Coach Josh Freeman for the Kohelet Kings.
Hi, I'm standing here with Rabbi Josh Freeman, coach of Kohelet. Coach, what do you say to your guys coming off a weak start against a tough Hebrew Academy team? What do you say to your guys in the locker room in order to get them revamped for the second half?
I just told them I had confidence in them, that we're much better than we showed in the first half. That was our lowest scoring half of the season, so You know, in the biggest game of the season, maybe we came out flat, but they know they're better than that. You know, jitters, pressure, whatever it is, playing on the home court in Sarachek. But it starts with energy. We got to bring energy. We bring energy defensively. That turns into offense. That gives us confidence.
And what is there any one or two key things that you need to take care of in order to come away with the win in this game?
We got to make a couple better defensive rotations. We were overplaying a little bit, giving them driving lanes. You know, not rushing on offense. Slow it down.
All right, good luck. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Jacob, for that great report. And a few things that we would talk about here with only 2 minutes left until the third quarter will begin is really what Kohelet has to do to get back in this game. At the end of the half, on a 10-2 run, that was the whole second quarter scoring, and Kohelet only shot 16 field goals, and they only made 4 of them. The Heat shot 27 times, so it was really the turnovers that were the key. We spoke a little bit about it earlier. What do you think the key is for Kohelet to just stop turning the ball over?
I think, again, what Rabbi Coach Josh Freeman mentioned, play with a little bit more energy, play with a little bit more heart. You know, it looks like they're kind of going through emotions right now. They're allowing the Hebrew Academy and Montreal Heat to dictate the pace, style, tempo, speed of this game. They're being reactive. Let's look for them to be a little bit more proactive, try to assert themselves. And one name that we really haven't mentioned at all that I thought we would is Jesse Blumenthal. For 4th year on varsity, vocal leader of this team. You gotta think that right now, he's talking to the guys and saying, you know, let's push it. We're better than this. Let's look for him to really try and assert himself here and try to lift his teammates up.
Yeah, for sure. Jesse actually is scoreless in the first half, and they told us before the game, as Jesse goes so to this team, and we'll see how that happens in the second half. And for the Heat, they're up 21-8. They have a lot of things going for them, but they still are only shooting 33%, and they have 9 turnovers. They've had a lot of balance in scoring. They have 4 guys with 4 points or more. What do you think they have to do to really close the door on the Kings?
If I'm the coach of Montreal Heat, I'm telling them, keep doing what you're doing. Keep crashing those offensive boards. Keep taking those second, third chance opportunities. Keep playing up in your face inside the Jersey defense. You do those things, good things happen. They're really setting the style of this entire game. They're letting Kohelet know that this is their home court right now, and let's see what Kohelet can do about that, if anything.
Yeah, for sure. Also, another thing to note is the teams are combined for shooting 2 of 17 from three-pointer. So it really hasn't been pretty. The Kings are 0 for 7, and the Heat are 2 for 10. So it has been a good shooting day, and we'll see what happens. Maybe you see any...
The coach of Kohelet, I might be trying to think about switching up to a 1-3-1 zone, limiting the opportunities of those guards from Kohelet, from Montreal, to crash the boards and get those offensive rebounds.
Yeah, the 1-3-1 zone seems like a perfect move because of the fact that the whole half, the Hebrew Academy was just pounding the ball inside. And a 1-3-1 zone eliminates that, and we'll see how long it'll take, if they do it, for them to switch up their offense, as the Hebrew Academy will see that they are only pushing it to the middle when the middle is taken. And we'll be back. We are back here with the third quarter of action. It's Montreal 21 and the Kohelet Kings 8. It was a close first quarter. The second quarter got a little bit away from the Kings. We'll see if they can rebound in the third quarter as Noah Castile will start the ball. Interesting, the backup point guard will get the start here in the second half. And Drazen bringing the ball in, and he has it in the corner. And they're sticking to the 2-3 zone. We'll see if that works, as they didn't really work so well in the first half, and the three-pointer by Lieber is good.
Maybe heating up a little bit. Like you said before, the percentages in the first half shooting from deep weren't so good. Let's see if that is going to be a good indicator of things to come.
And Gabriel Israel is in the ballgame. I don't think he played in the first half. I'm not sure, but I was told before the game he likes to play hard-nosed defense, and you could see it early. A little smaller than the rest of the players on the court, but his heart is as big as anyone's. And they get it out to Jesse, as we mentioned, scoreless, and he traveled there, but they didn't call it. And they get it inside, and the shot is off the mark by Aviv Yarimi. And Drazen is pushing it.
Number 24, Gabriel Israel, like you mentioned before, is playing hard-nosed defense. Might have been a little bit smaller than everyone else, but that didn't stop him from crashing the passing lane, trying to get a steal and forcing up and getting Kohelet to force up a bad shot.
Yeah, for sure. And they get it into the corner again for Lieber, and it's off the mark. And a scramble underneath, and it leads to a wide-open layup for Avi Someth. And Montreal started the half how they finished the first half, and it's 26-8.
Crash the offensive boards, good things happen.
And here we go with Jesse Blumenthal bringing up the court, and he stops, pops, and misses. And it's rebounded by Drazen. He pushes, he has a wide-open Avi Someth, but a two-bouncer pass won't get him that wide-open layup. Yeah, and watch out behind you. And Drazen kicks it. Castillo for three. It's good.
Hebrew Academy is really blowing this wide open right now. Let's see if Kohelet has any response.
It's an 8-0 run to start, and the Kohelet Kings are going to have to think fast if they want to be in this one, as it's a 21-point ball game. And Aviv Yarimi bring it in, and they get the pick by Weiss. A little pick and roll action, but he doesn't find the roller, and it's stolen by Drazen as he averages 4 a game. Oh, and a hard collision there, nothing called, and a pass to Yarimi in the corner. Kohelet just has to calm down a little bit on offense. They've been very stagnant as we're 2 minutes into the quarter, and they only scored 2 in the last. They haven't scored yet, so it's been 10 minutes of only 2 points. We'll see what they can do here in this possession. They get it. A 3 is off the mark by Ian Schwartz and boarded again by Drazen, and he finds a runner is Lieber, and he misses the ball, and it's out of bounds.
I'm not sure if that contested 3 from Kohelet was the shot I would choose to take right now. Let's look for them to try to get a nice, good layup, something that'll give them a little bit of confidence. They're down 21. Yes, they need points quickly, but more than that, they need to set up a style where they can get good, clean, easy open shots. And I'm not sure if that contested 3 is really doing it for me.
And there will be a timeout called as Kohelet is down by 21, and we'll send it to break. Hopefully Kohelet will learn from their mistakes in the early part of the third.
There is no group of people like the students you'll be with. There's no faculty and group of Rebbeim like those with which you will learn that can begin to compare to the experience at Yeshiva.
And we're back here with 5:43 left in the third quarter. An 8-0 run to start for the Hebrew Academy Heat. And Kohelet called the full timeout. We'll see what Coach Freeman drew up in the huddle, and if they can break this press. And they get it to Weiss in the middle, and he gets it up ahead.
Coach Freeman seems to be telling the big guys to stay in the middle of the court. Catch the ball, swing, and look for the open guard cutting on the weak side. We'll see if that works out for them next time they try to get the
And they brought in a few guys off the bench, and one of them is Ari Lifshitz, who has the ball and went to step it up. He's got a lot going for him right now as he kicks it out to Yarimi, who swings the ball to Ian Schwartz. And Ian Schwartz dribbles into traffic, and it's stolen away by Drazen.
Another turnover. There's a lot of standing still from the Kohelet players on the offensive end. When you're down 21, it seems to me you should make a little bit more of a hustle. Try to get yourself into the game, try to hustle and grit your way into buckets.
And they're still trying to get it inside. Benji Freeman playing at the high post, and they'll try to get it to him, but they don't, and it should be tipped. It was off of the Kohelet Kings. You know, one thing to keep an eye on, we did say in the opening that Eitan Drazen averages a triple-double, and it was kind of like, can he really put that show on in this game? And if you're watching at home, maybe you weren't paying attention to how good of a game he's having, but he's really stuffing the stat sheet as he already has 4 points, 4 assists, and 8 rebounds. So I don't know if it's a triple-double watch yet, but a few made baskets, and he could be right there. And as I say that, it's a turnover.
Of course, definitely something to watch is that the offense flows through him. All of his teammates, they get the ball. They're not looking to score for themselves first necessarily. They're looking to see, where is Eitan? Can I get him some open buckets? They know he seems to be the most talented on their roster, seems to have the most experience. So again, like you said, only 4 points right now, but he could really erupt at a moment's notice.
And Yarimi drives in, and he tries to pass inside to Weiss. He does the lefty, and he gets the bucket. Ari Weiss, that was a perfect place for a lefty to be standing as he used his body and put the layup in to make it a 29-10 ball game.
Let's see if that easy layup from Kohelet really can help open their confidence, help some other shots fall.
And Ben Susin drives in, and he's blocked.
That's a nice 1-3-1 defensive zone from Kohelet, forcing the bad shot and grabbing that rebound.
And Yarimi has the ball, and he'll reset. They're on a little bit of run, a 2-0 run. We'll see if that can lead to more. And here we go with Lifshitz. Gets it to Yarimi. They're playing a little movement, and they call the kickball on Eitan Drazen, and they're going to make a sub. They're going to bring back Eitan Ginsberg, who shot it a bunch of times. And, it's afternoon, and it's very appropriate time for lunch. And what would you want for lunch other than Carlos and Gabby's? I don't know.
Well, I always want Carlson Gabbies, but other than Carlson Gabbies, right now I'm pretty sure I'd be down for Teaneck Doghouse. I don't know if you've ever been there, ladies and gentlemen. I was there for, actually had a great Super Bowl party. Great food. Loved their burgers. I had to see that offensive charge called there on the Hebrew Academy in Montreal. But right now I could definitely go for some roast home-style chicken if I want Chinese chopsticks. But I'd say I'm really in the mood for the Doghouse right now. Hopefully we can make that happen.
And that was actually a charge on the Kohelet Kings. It was Aryeh Lipschitz. And Eitan Drazen drives in, and he no call, block, but he gets the ball back, and he swings it out and it's stolen. And Yarimi lays it in. So a little contact there, but nothing too crazy. And
That's
Cohen
exactly what Kohelet needs, They need that hustle plays. They need those easy buckets. They need to start imposing a defensive will on this game and not letting Montreal do exactly what they want to do.
Yeah, for sure. And we see David Freeman in with Cohen, and Drazen pulls up for two, and he knocks it down. You know, he hit that same shot on the other end of the court, so maybe that's his zone, the elbow jumper, and it's 31-12.
That's a nice mid-range jumper. That's length. That's talent. Seeing that open shot, rising up and taking it.
And a steal, a hard steal actually, off Somech's head. And Somech with a little post move kicks it out to Benji Freeman for mid-range off the mark and rebounded by Ginsburg. And the coach slams his clipboard in disgust. And here comes Yarimi bringing up the ball, and we'll see a little motion offense here as they try to get anything going. And Yarimi, a nice move, but it hits the bottom of the rim, but it's going to be off Benji Freeman and stay with the Kohelet Kings. With 2:36 left, it's 31-12.
Like you said before, coach seems to be a little bit angry there. Not sure what he's so angry about. His team's up 19. Maybe he was hoping for a little bit of a better shot. But we'll see if he starts talking to his team, and tries to get them maybe to keep the foot on the gas pedal. He doesn't want to see any let up in the energy department.
And Ginsburg, again, the mid-range is off the mark. He's been shooting. He's hit a few. He's been a spark off the bench on both offensive and defensive ends as he's brought in a couple of rebounds, hit a couple of shots. 2:31 left. We're still at 31-12 as the ball goes into the
Mark
corner.
that up in the statutes, ladies and gentlemen, for another rebound by Eitan Drazen. Seems to be everywhere, this kid.
Yeah, for sure, as they told us he would. And here's Drazen running the point. A very tall 5'11" point guard, I must say, as he's playing on the top of the offense. And the three by Lieber rolls out, but back in. And it's a three ball for Brian Lieber, and it's 34-12.
That was a great ball fake. Got the defender to bite, and then he had a wide open shot. Banked it in.
And Moshe Medvin comes in off the bench. A new face for the Kohelet Kings. Maybe give them that spark that they need as they are down by 22. And Ginsburg gets it out to Lipschitz. And he's off the mark, and it crashed for the boards. And it's brought down by Cohen. David Cohen brings it up for
Gotta love that energy by Kohelet.
And shot is a little short. And it's rebounded by Medvin. Comes right in. And Yarimi brings up Ginsburg again, a shot, and he gets it to go again.
Yeah, that's exactly what Kohelet needs right now. They need those easy shots. Down 20, they're saying, you know what? We're not done. We're still in this ballgame. We can make a run. Let's just play good defense, take good shots, and see what happens.
And a nice play inside by Avi Solnak to get the two to fall. So anytime Kohelet tries to get on a little run, Montreal answers 36-14 with 1:10 left in the third quarter. And they're keeping up the gas pedal, as you mentioned, and it's going to be a foul, actually. We haven't seen a lot of fouls. There has not been that many free throws for both teams, as there's only been one team foul for the Montreal Heat and two for the Kohelet Kings. And back in the game is Gabriel Israel for Hebrew Academy, and Joey Pantich comes back in for the Kings. And here's Medvin. He already brought down a board as he came in late in the third quarter. And Joey Benjamini comes in. And they brought in these are the young guards. I'm not sure the ages of the three, but number 1, number 2, and number 12. Benjamini, Pantich, and Lipschitz. And there, as I say that, Benjamini gets the layup to fall and one.
That's perfect. Exactly what they're looking for. On the offensive end, take it hard to the hole, go up strong, get that foul call, sink this free throw. Then on the other end, let's get some nice, good defensive stops.
This is only the 6th free throw of the game, as we had that three-pointer that was fouled in the act, and the ball goes out of bounds. So the missed free throw, and we're going to give it back to the Heat, as it's a 20-point game, 50 seconds left, 36-16. And here is David Cohen bringing up the ball, no rush for the Montreal Heat as they're up by 20. And Ben Susin gets it to Israel, who's fast swinging, as they mentioned, and Cohen gets it. A nice pass to Ben Susin, and he is blocked by another new face, Levi Nicknam. And, they really, Kohelet is really bringing in the whole. They're bringing out the whole 9 yards for this one. As they're down 20, they need a lot to happen for them to come back. And one of those maybe is to bring in their bench guys. And here's Benjamini, who just had an and one, and gets the Lifshitz. And I don't know, that should have been a block. No call, but he gets the layup to fall even with the contact by Ben Susin. And here comes Cohen, bring it up. You know, no stopping these heaving up 18. They're doubling up. Kohelet, and a steal attempt by Pantich is not to no avail. But that time he does get the steal. And he dives on the floor. You know, the hustle there by Kohelet Kings, that really sign of a good coach. As they're diving on the floor with 1 second left in the third quarter, it is 36-18. But there were no stopping these Kings.
Kohelet's got to love how this quarter is ending. Getting some steals, really finally stringing some nice defensive sequences together, getting some layups. Maybe let's make this an exciting fourth quarter.
And they're going to call a full timeout are the Montreal Heat. And, you know, one of the things that I hate most about sporting events is when they send it to break with 1 second left in the quarter, when you know you're going to go to a break in 1 second. So we will not send it to break, even though we have a lot of great sponsors. So Step It Up is a great camp, as we mentioned at halftime. We have Carl's and Gabby's. But back to the action. It's 36-18 with 1 second left in the third quarter. Kohelet's been bringing in guys that haven't played a lot. Maybe we'll see a little more energy.
For sure, those guys sitting at the end of the bench, when they get in the game, they know this might be their one shot. They're giving their all. They're giving 110%. You know, for Kohelet, I like the energy, but maybe it's a little, it might be too little, too late. Where was this energy? Where was this hustle the first 2 quarters and the majority of the third quarter?
Yeah, for sure. They've had hustle. It's just the fact that they haven't been able to break this press by Montreal, and it'll be interesting to see as the tournament goes on, as Montreal, if they can hold on to this, we'll get into the Tier 2 qualifier, but we'll see what happens. As there's a minute left, that was a full timeout called by Montreal with 1 second left in the quarter.
Let's look for a quick shot here by Montreal. My guess would be maybe an inbounds pass to Drazen with a nice layup or really quick mid-range jumper, but let's see.
We'll see. They only have 1 second to get one off, and they get a good inbounds pass and a foul with 1/10 of a second left, and you hate to see that as the Kings have gone on a little bit of a run, but they will send the Heat and Eitan Drazen to the line for 2.
That's just not necessary, Jack. They just don't need to foul there. Just make him take a difficult attempt. Don't put him on the line with 1/10 of a second left in the third quarter.
And he hits the first as the Eitan Drazen watch double-double is definitely on, as he has 7 points and 9 rebounds with another free throw coming. And he hits it. So that's 8 points, 9 rebounds for Eitan Drazen with a full 8 minutes left. And with 1/10 of a second left, they just got to inbound it, and they do. And a howitzer by Pantich is obviously off the mark. And we'll send you to break here. 38-18. Montreal leads going to the fourth.
This MacsLive presentation of the Red Sarachek Tournament is sponsored by Yeshiva University's Office of Undergraduate Admissions, the Office of the President, and the Center for the Jewish Future. Yeshiva University, nowhere but here.
And we're back here with the fourth quarter of the Tier 2 qualifying between the Kohelet Kings of Philadelphia and the Hebrew Academy of Montreal Heat. You know, Adine, we've had 3 quarters down. It's a 20-point game. And what do you think Kohelet has to do if they have any chance? They're going to keep the starters in here, maybe try to get one last push.
I think they got to keep up exactly the energy, the hustle, the effort they showed us there at the end of the third quarter. Well, I said before, I really did not like that foul on Drazen, 1/10 of a second left to go. Before that, they were getting steals, they were getting easy layups, and yeah, it's a 20-point game, but it very easily could have been a 30-point game.
Yeah, for sure. Well, it's good to see as Kohelet only scored 8 points in the first half. They put in 10 in the third quarter, so the offense has definitely been working better. The defense, on the other hand, not as good, but we'll see. I guess they're playing more of an up-tempo. They're going to give up easier baskets to score easier baskets. And here's Aviv Yarimi bringing it up as the starting point guard's still in there trying to get a little comeback, and it's tipped but not stolen. And the mid-range is good. So Lior Cohen puts in the free throw jumper.
Great way to start off the quarter. Nice, easy bucket by our big guy. Hopefully get some confidence, get them all going, and now it's only an 18-point game.
And the scoreboard is wrong. They tried to trick me, but it's actually going to be 38-20. And inside the Somech, a hesitation move, but to no avail as they get it back out to Ben Susan. And Drazen is awaiting there, not Eitan, Sam, but they don't give it him, and now they do. He's got nice green shoes, and he loses it, gets it back, dribble drive, great play, and a great interior passing to Noah Castile, and he will go to the line for 2. So as I mentioned, there weren't a lot of free throws, and they're starting to pick up a little bit more.
I'm sure that's made players getting a little bit more tired. They're not playing defense with their feet, they're playing instead with their hands, reaching, slapping a little bit, and that'll send players to the line.
And the first one by Castile's off the mark, and we are under a minute into the quarter, and Eitan Drazen is sitting out. If he doesn't get back in, he won't get the chance to get that double-double, but we'll see. Maybe he'll bring it back in.
I was just thinking that I'd love to see a triple-double, and for all the fans out there waiting for that triple-double, I guess let's hope Kohelet goes on a run and forces the coach's hand to put Drazen back in.
And Castile hits the second, and it's a 19-point game. And here goes Jesse Blumenthal as he'll try to cross over, but it's stolen away, and a great play, and they get it out to Benji Freeman, who gets it to Drazen. Not to be confused with Eitan Drazen, this is his cousin Sam. And he has it, a little double-team action there, as they're going to try to force some turnovers, but no steal, and they'll give it back to the Hebrew Academy Heat, and inbounded to Noah Castile. And he has the ball here, a double team, and a nice play there, and they should have a 2-on-0 fast break layup, and he hits him in the head, no call, but he gets the layup to fall. So Ian Schwartz gets the 2-pointer, and it's a 17-point game.
That's exactly what Kohelet needs. Intense defense leading to easy offense.
And a drive by Somech is off the mark, and they're going to call a foul. So a good rebound by Ian Schwartz. You know, guards rebounding is important. And Eitan Drazen will check back into the ballgame. Maybe Coach Levy's a little worried. I don't know. It's a 17-point game, and Kohelet will have the ball now as Eitan Drazen is back in, taking out his cousin Sam. Here goes Amir Arimi. They'll stick with the press. It's a 1-2-2 press, and it's been working very well. And here comes Ian Schwartz. Gets it to Avivi Arimi, who's going to drive. Nice move, and he gets it to fall. So a much more free-flowing offense for the Kings, and they're starting to score at will. And here comes David Cohen as he has the ball getting doubled, but he gets it a great pass. Benji Freeman, who passes it to David Freeman for 3, and it's a 42-24 game.
That's got to hurt the Kohelet fans and players. You just started to get your offense going, started to get your defense going a little bit. To give up an easy open 3 like that, that's brutal. Let's see how they respond.
And it looked like they were going to call a reach and foul on Ben Susin, and it's going to be a full timeout for the Kohelet Kings. And we will be going to commercial with under 6 minutes to play in this ball game.
In Yeshiva University, I've been lucky to be on both the volleyball and the basketball teams. Being on the team has a huge effect on my academic life. The same way that I know I can push myself in athletics, I know I can push myself in academics. Going to shiurim at night instead of during the day, or going to them during the day when I've practiced at night, the Judaics is not compromised and the Jewish life is not compromised. When we go to other schools and we're wearing our Yeshiva University Maccabees sweatshirt and we're playing for Yeshiva University, it feels amazing to know that we're representing this school. That I can thrive academically, I can thrive in my Judaic life, and I can also be on the teams, and I can also be involved in the athletic life. You can do it all here at Yeshiva University.
And we're back here with under 6 minutes to go, and President Joel has walked in, the president of the Yeshiva University that we are in right now, and that gets the fans excited on their feet, actually. So it's 42-24. Kohelet's offense has been a lot better here, especially in the second half, but in the fourth quarter as well, as they have scored a lot of easy baskets. And what do you think the key has been that they've been just getting wide open layups?
I think the key has really been their energy and their off-ball movement. They started off a little bit sluggish in the first half. It didn't seem like their off-ball guys were running so much. Now it seems they finally settled down a little bit. You can see their hustle, their grit, their energy really off the charts right now. Let's see if that can lead to maybe making this a little bit of a closer ball game.
And Yarimi has it. Pressure by Ben Susin. Oh, and that's got to be an offensive foul, and it is. And Jesse Blumenthal stuck out a elbow there. You got to get a better screen in if you're going to get away with it. And he'll be charged with the offensive foul. There hasn't been any foul trouble to speak of, and that's definitely good. You like to see the game moving. You don't want to be stuck at the free throw line the whole night. And here comes Cohen, and the Hail Mary pass to Freeman, very long arms, and he captures the ball. And Freeman to Drazen, back to Benji Freeman, and he airballs the layup, but Eitan Drazen is there with a rebound. And Ben Susin has it. At the top of the key, gets it to Benji Freeman. He's going to try to dribble through traffic. He does, and he binks it home. Nice play by Benji Freeman.
That was a good defensive sequence by Kohelet, but again, when you let up those second and third opportunities, it's just hard to keep some good basketball players from scoring as Drazen steals and lays it in.
That's going to be 10 points, 10 rebounds. We have the double-double that we've been talking about. As Eitan Drazen got that rebound on the offensive end and then gets the steal in the lane for 2 to put his numbers to the double-double. And it's 46-24 here, and the drive by Schwartz is off the side of the backboard, off the rim, no good. And it's taken by Benji Freeman, who shoots the 3 off the mark, crashing the boards as Ben Susin, but to no avail as Ian Schwartz. He's a very tall guard. He's 5'8", plays a guard, but he's been rebounding well as well. And Yarimi gets it, and a turnaround shot by Blumenthal is off the mark, and he's hanging his head down low, but nothing to be ashamed of here. There's a long tournament ahead of him. And here they go to Ben Susin as he takes a nice stutter step, and he gets it around to Cohen for 3, and it's good. And the Montreal offense has exploded as they have 49 points here with 4 minutes left. And here comes Yarimi bringing it up as it's a 25-point game. Yarimi gets it to Weiss. Back to Yarimi, who shoots the mid-range, and he gets it to go.
Kohelet really has an answer right now for Montreal's quick flowing ball movement and good shots. Steve Kohelet plays a little bit of urgency, tries to play for pride right now.
And Drazen with a nice pump fake, but he misses the layup, and rebounded by Jesse Blumenthal. Gets it up to Yarimi, who's been playing very well in the second half, and he gets the layup, but it doesn't go. And Benji Freeman on the rebound, back up to Drazen. You'd think with a 23-point game they'd slow down, but they don't. And Drazen takes it out to Cohen, to Freeman for 3 off the mark, and Drazen is crashing those bars hard, and he gets out-muscles Schwartz, gets the offensive rebound, and puts it in for 2.
Of course, that's the Hebrew Academy of Montreal's motto. Foot on the gas pedal all day long. Up 20, down 20, it doesn't matter. They're getting it hard and going to the rim.
And here comes Eitan Drazen with the ball. And he will have it at the top of the key, gets it back into the middle, what they've been doing all day, getting it to Benji Freeman at the high post as he's wide open. And he kicks it out to Freeman, who gets it in the corner to Ben Susin, who gets blocked or just misses the shot as they're going to give the ball to Kohelet, I believe, and it's going to be substitutions, no timeout, just subs, as Hebrew Academy will bring in David Rogozinski, coming in for the first time, and looks like a young kid. It'll be nice for him to get out there early in the tournament, as it's only the second game. It should be a fun-filled tournament. And coming up next, we actually have Weinbaum against Mimo, a Tier 1 qualifier. I would not want to miss that if I were you. And here goes Schwartz with a nice move, but he hits the front of the rim, no good, but the rebound by Medvin, who gets it back to Schwartz. And here comes Pantich. We'll dribble it out, no rush here, 2:20 left in the game. And a nice post move, interesting move, misses the layup, and that is Lior Cohen. And they're going to call a foul, actually, on another new face from the Hebrew Academy. That's Shmuel Pertpoon.
You hate to see it at this stage of the game. 2 minutes left in the fourth. You're up 25. No reason to foul.
Definitely not. 2:12 to go, as you mentioned. Kohelet will inbound underneath their own hoop, and they get it out to Schwartz. Schwartz has been playing very well all game, a lot of rebounds, and we'll see how he ends out the last 2 minutes as they get it to Lior Cohen, who's playing at the top of the key. Back to Panties. We've seen a lot of good things from him as he gets a great pass to Medvin, who can't finish. And it's going to stay here as it is off the heat. 1:53 left, and they're going to bring back in number 2, Sam Benisti, who actually had a three-pointer, I believe, that missed, but he had the confidence to shoot it, and they're going to inbound from under their own hoop. And with 1:50 to go, we have 25-point game here as the Kings are trailing. But with the ball, Schwartz, a nice pass and it's missed by Leroy Cohen, and they're going to finally send it down to Montreal's way.
So I want to see from Kohelet. Down 25, don't let up. Play for pride right now. It was a great offensive sequence. Unfortunately, shot didn't fall, but next time I think it will.
Yeah, for sure. Stick with us in the postgame show as we'll have the privilege of interviewing star forward for the Heat, Eitan Drazen, and guard Noah Castile. And here comes Rogozinski, who just got into the ball game. The three is off the mark and rebounded by Medvin. It's nice to see shooting a three coming right into the ball game. 1:15 to go in this game as they're just going to play it out here. And Peach stops, passes it, but it's stolen away. And here comes the Heat. You know, you'd think maybe they'd slow it down with 1 minute and 5 seconds left. But Rogozinski will not. A nice move, but he misses the shot. So 0 for 2, but he got the fans into it as he just got into the ball game. Here comes Pantich bringing it up. Under a minute to go in this game. Still 51-26. And Schwartz will drive. Ian Schwartz, that is. And he gets it to Benjamini, who had a three-pointer going earlier. They kick it out to Leroy Cohen, who misses. And Rogozinski likes to make, he's doing good things under his own hoop. Great pass to Ministi, who'll dribble it in. He's got the great shoe-sock combo, as I mentioned earlier with the socks. He's got pink shoes as well. It's great. Great outfit he's got going for him. And here comes Drazen, not Eitan, and it's Sam. And the coach is still yelling at them. 20 seconds left. He wants them to move still, as the crowd is very quiet in anticipation of this game. And the three by Rogozinski goes in. And he gives a little Michael Jordan shoulder shrug as under 10 seconds left, he gets one to fall.
Great seeing these young faces in the tournament. Hopefully we'll be seeing them for many years to come.
And the shot is short, and that will do it for us in this one. Hebrew Academy, the 54, Kohelet Kings, 26, and we will send you to the commercial break before the postgame show.
I came to YU for a few reasons. One, because of the Jewish environment, which I wanted to be a part of in college, and the great financial program. Being part of a team takes up a lot of your time, and you have to know how to balance school with sports and manage your time wisely. When you move on to your career, it's an important quality to have. Being part of the athletics program at YU is a privilege for a student who's on the team, but also for somebody who's off the team. Everybody knows somebody that's on the team. Everybody comes out to support the games. It's a privilege to represent a Jewish school. People know that we're the Yeshiva University Maccabees, and we made it to the playoffs. I think everybody is part of the YU Maccabee family.
This MacsLive presentation of the Red Sarachek Tournament is sponsored by Yeshiva University's Office of Undergraduate Admissions, the Office of the President, and the Center for the Jewish Future. Yeshiva University, nowhere but here.
And we're here with the two star players of the winning team, the Hebrew Academy Heat of Montreal. Eitan Drazen, we'll start with you first. You finished with 12 points, 12 rebounds. It was a slow start for the offense. What got you guys going?
Well, at home we play with a 24-second shot clock, so we like to play fast pace, and that's what we did. We played a lot of fast break ball, and that's what got us a lot of our points.
Yeah, for sure. Another question to ask you: how does it feel as you're a very tall guard? What is it like to play at the top with such height?
I guess it's an advantage. I could go for the boards also, but I'm a pretty solid handler also, so it's pretty good.
And Noah, we'll go to you here. You finished with 9 points, a lot of hustle out of you. What was the feeling like to be on the YU court?
It's a great feeling to be on the court. It's my first time, so it's very nice, and just gotta keep shooting, and yeah.
Yeah, that's very good performance from both of you, and.
All right, awesome, guys. We're not sure who you're playing next, so be sure to stay here, watch all the games we have in Sarachek. And are there any messages that you guys have for the fans listening at home? Anything you'd like to say to the coach, the teammates?
Played a great game, and fans at home, keep watching.
And we'll have the 6-seeded Weinbaum against the 11-seeded Mimo MCATs. Stay tuned for more. From us here, the Hebrew Academy wins 54-26.
Thank you.
There are over 15,000 ways to take your coffee at Dunkin'. Every cup is unique as you, always fresh with that signature smooth taste. We take pride in every cup, but only one is your coffee, your Dunkin'. America runs on Dunkin'.
I came to YU to pursue a further Jewish education. Participating in a collegiate athletic team has been challenging. Yeshiva University provides an incredible opportunity to find a balance between academics, athletics, extracurriculars. Fellow students show their pride for their teams in coming to games like Max Madness, our senior night, wearing their blue and white colors. The Yeshiva University Athletics Department breaks the stereotype of what it means to be a Jewish athlete. So while I came here for a Jewish education, I'm walking away with much more.